All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers won the NFC South once again. And also on the final drive, Mike Evans matched Hall of Famer Jerry Rice's record for the longest streak of 1,000-yard seasons at 11. Instead of kneeling it out, they gave it to Mike Evans. I absolutely love it. And I don't want to hear anything. Oh my God, you beat the Saints. Congrats. The week before, you beat the Panthers. Congrats. What's that going to do for me? Oh my God, I'm so scared. Tampa Bay Buccaneers just won 6 out of their last 7 games to make the playoffs. And Baker Mayfield on the screen right here. The resiliency of this franchise this year and last year is unbelievable. So this is 3rd and 14. It's 20-19. Tampa has the lead here. The New Orleans Saints have 2 timeouts. It's the backup quarterback and Spencer Rattler. But there's no Antoine Winfield. There's no Jamel Dean, Jordan Whitehead. Tampa's secondary is completely and absolutely obliterately decimated. And Baker Mayfield, I can only show a certain amount of clips and lengths. After this clip, he flexes on him. I absolutely love it. I love Baker's resiliency. I love what he does. And this is Bucky Irving once again, just to set it up, because I can only show a certain amount of clips. Baker Mayfield, number 50 on the New Orleans Saints here, is right about to get him. Little bear claw right down his back, take him down for the sack. He says, nope, all set there, all set there. Let me flick it back to Bucky Irving, who brings it in for a touchdown. And this was essentially the game sealing. It was the game-winning touchdown to get this Tampa Bay Buccaneer team to 27 points to New Orleans is 19. But folks, before we get any further into today's video, hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL and Buccaneers content. If you try and get this video to 100 likes, folks, that would mean the absolute world to me. We've been preaching for like a month and a half now on this channel. If Tampa can get to 10-7, they will be a playoff team, and that is exactly what happened. And I just want to show this Mike Evans clip because this was for history. And he gets hyped up. Jalen McMillan, who had a phenomenal game, gets hyped up. At the end of the day, Mike Evans just barely got over 1,000 yards, 9 catches for 89 yards on 14 total targets. But as you can see here on the bottom of the screen, this is actually relatively risky. I actually feel like Carolina won in overtime today against the Atlanta Falcons. Don't check me. I'm pretty sure Carolina won that football game. But at this point in time, Tampa has no idea what the hell is going on in Atlanta, Carolina right now. The point is, the background of that is, if Tampa were to theoretically lose this game and Atlanta lost to Carolina today, Tampa still would have won the division and made the playoffs. But looking in retrospect, this is a pretty risky play. It's 1st and 10. Timeouts aren't a factor in here, but like turnovers, fumbles, interceptions, pick sixes. I know it's an 8-point game, and I am not saying they shouldn't have done this by any means, but looking back at this right now, this is relatively risky, but it is well worth it, obviously, as it happened to Mike Evans. We had to throw this in here. This was the record-breaking, record-tying streak in the National Football League with Jerry Rice. One big thing here. Baker Mayfield didn't play the best game. I'll even just let this clip go. It's a Payne Durham touchdown once again. Okay, Naughton. Beautiful. The 2 tight ends, Devin Culp and Payne Durham, in the last 2 weeks have been absolutely amazing. So if you didn't watch this game, and let's say you're not a Bucs fan even, you're going to look at the box score and you're going to be like, oh my God, Tampa's such a fraudulent team. Baker Mayfield just went 21-32 for 221 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. That's not a good game, which, by the way, Baker Mayfield finishes the season with 4,500 passing yards, 41 touchdowns, and only 16 to pick a game, but you get what I'm saying. Most of these picks, whether it's Cleveland, Carolina, Journeyman, anywhere he's played, or Tampa, interceptions aren't a quarterback stat. I hate when people rag on interception counts because it's not the quarterback's fault, but usually other things go into play most of the time. Baker did such a good job with resiliency. This whole Tampa Bay team. Baker Mayfield had 9 carries for 68 yards, including a long of 24. Without Baker, obviously Tampa's not in this situation, and I just could never sit here and bash Baker Mayfield for being overrated or not having a good enough game in a game that they won. His feet and his legs were huge today, and we're about to get into 2 huge clips here, but this was big. You're down 16-6, 3rd and 5. It's 3rd and 5, folks. So basically, if Tampa doesn't convert this, if Baker doesn't complete this pass to Payne Durham, it's 4th and 5. And Tampa's going for the field goal. And now it's a 16-7 game. And I kind of never really felt like Tampa was going to lose this football game, but it goes without saying, anything can happen here. A touchdown is better than a field goal. And Baker Mayfield just staying poised in the pocket and finding Mr. Payne Durham, who had, we can pull up his stats right here, 2 catches for 16 yards, including this touchdown. I also want to give some love to Devin Culp, who had 2 targets, 2 catches for 36 yards. This is now back-to-back weeks without Cade Otton, where both of these 2 young tight ends, Culp's a rookie, both of these 2 youngsters have had phenomenal football games. All right, let's move forward to this next clip here. This is Jalen McMillan. Now, right before this, on 4th down, Baker Mayfield threw a dot to Jalen McMillan, who got a 1st down, and he went to like the 8-yard line or the 10-yard line or something like that. He literally does this. If you're watching this, look at the bottom left. He does this celebration kind of in a gun-esque way. I honestly, watching it live time, I didn't think that would have ever been a penalized flag, but he got a penalty on that. And then they bounced back with this the next play later, or maybe it was 2 plays, but I think it was the next play. I mean, folks, this is unbelievable. First off, Baker Mayfield just getting open or just, avoiding sacks, avoiding pressure, makes this throw. Look at this throw Baker Mayfield makes on his legs. This is a 40-yard freaking pass. Look at this catch Jalen McMillan has. Folks, that's 7 touchdowns from J-Mac in the last 5 games. This dude is emerging into a stud right before our eyes. We just did a film study on this kid 2 freaking days ago, and this is why. This isn't the best angle. This catch, Tom Brady was just jaw-dropped on the announcers. I mean, this was insane. Jalen McMillan finished with 5 catches for 74 yards and this touchdown for, I believe, 33 total yards. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Now, technically, at the time of this recording, it's 6 o'clock here in Tampa Bay, Florida. The Rams game right now against Seattle, I actually think Seattle's winning right now. I'm not talking on postseason just because we don't know it technically at the time of this recording. Also, really quickly, Spencer Rattler was the starting quarterback for the New Orleans Saints today, and the Packers just shut him out recently, and I get it. Tampa's probably going to get ragged on for, you played Spencer Rattler and the New Orleans Saints. Like, congratulations. Spencer Rattler finished 26 of 42, 240 yards, a touchdown, an interception. By the way, Tampa's rush defense still phenomenal. They gave up only 19 carries. Kamara didn't play, but 19 carries for only 64 yards, averaging 3.4 yards per carry. Rattler threw the ball a lot, only averaged 5.7 yards per completion or per pass. That defensive secondary is decimated. Whitehead hurt it. Winfield out. Jamal Dean's out. Like, this defense is decimated. But honestly, this Vita Vea sack here was huge. They did I think he did like a celebration like this, something like that. And this defense, I don't care if it's against Panthers. I don't care if it's against the Saints. I don't care who they're playing. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense steps up when they have to step up. That's just what I see. Folks, that's it for tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit that like button. Sorry for this Bears hat, but I just really like it. I'm from the Chicagoland area. Thank you for watching. Hit that like button. Hit that sub button for daily NFL and Buccaneers content. But folks, let me know down below, how far is this Tampa Bay team going in the playoffs? That's it from me. Peace.